Callout views are used to create enlarged floor plans and enlarged details, which can then be used to illustrate how a structure goes together. Now, in order to be able to create a callout view, we need to first decide what kind of view do we want to be in order to be able to place this callout view or this enlarged detail view in. So, looking at this, oftentimes if I was going to use a callout view, I might end up doing a little window around an area here and saying I want to enlarge this area. In this particular case, I don't really have a condition where I would like to do that in. If I had an architectural plan open, I might use this to be able to blow up and expand a kitchen or a bathroom in order to be able to look at it and then be able to do little notes and modifications inside of that big bubble. In this case, I want to be able to do something that's nice and structural. So in order to be able to do that, I think I'm going to do a callout view inside of one of my sections. And I'm just going to look down here on my list. And I'm going to choose this framing elevation as the section I want to create my callout bubble in. So I'm going to go to elevation 1-A, and I'm going to zoom down here. What I'd like to do is I'm going to create what's considered a callout bubble right in this area, kind of blowing up this area where second floor and first floor and the top of footing is located at. The idea is maybe you'd want to do some sort of detail work in here that shows better how this building is actually constructed and how it's standing up. So up here underneath the view, there's this option here for callout. So we'll go ahead and select on callout. Next, I need to draw that little bubble I keep mentioning again and again. And that's by selecting here and holding the mouse button down and then pulling up and just sort of creating this big bubble or window around this view. Now, this is fairly standard structural or architectural kind of annotation, so there's a good chance you might recognize it. But really, all you have to do is just click here, and it'll automatically draw a window with that bubble associated around that particular area. Now, the next thing we're going to do is maybe this bubble isn't in the area we'd like it to be in. Maybe we like it on this side or somewhere else. So we can select on this little callout bubble by picking on this line. Then there's these dots that show up. If you click on the dot and hold the mouse button down, you can drag this dot with the bubble anywhere that you need it to be. I'll also point out that there's this little thing right here. It looks like another dot. Well, if you click on it and pull it down, it allows you to have sort of an angle there on your callout bubble in order to be able to maybe better fit this on your sheet or be able to get this bubble in between different notes that you might happen to place. In my case, though, I just want to go ahead and just straighten this back out, but you can leave it curved or any way that you want to. Now, when we created this callout bubble, it actually created essentially a callout view. And we can see that right here. It says it's callout of elevation 1-A. If I would double click on that, it'll take us to our callout view, which is an enlarged detail of that area we just put a window around. I keep saying it's an enlarged detail. It really is bigger. And we can start to see that if I start to zoom in here, we can start to see each of these individual, I'll use the term coursing right now. It's really just the metal pan up there that's underneath our floor. If we zoom back out again, one other thing we'll notice is that this says it's 1/4 inch equals a foot. If we click on the little X up here, we'll see that the original one was at 1/8 inch equals a foot, so a smaller scale. So to make a long story short related to that, if you want to be able to create a blown up view so you can start doing your architectural structural detailing on the inside of it, all you're going to need to do is place one of these callout views. One other thing that I want to mention is that when you go to place a callout view, there is actually one other option that's available to you. And that one other option is called Reference Other View. And if you put a check mark in Reference Other View, in this case, it's going to allow you to reference another view that might already be in the drawing, such as maybe this callout actually exists in 2 or 3 other locations. It has the exact same detail, the exact same conditions in all those 3 other locations. If that's the case, there's really no reason to keep creating new views based on that callout. All you have to do is put a check mark right here and then pick that other view that's just like this one that you just created, and it'll automatically point itself to that view as opposed to creating a new view from scratch. So that's kind of the idea behind being able to reference another view. Callouts are used for enlarged details and enlarged floor plans, and they're really designed to better illustrate how a design goes together.